Hello and welcome, friends. I'm James, Opcos Games, and we play board games around here. Today, we're going to continue our Arydia solo campaign. This is episode 3. Arydia is sort of an open-world exploration, role-playing style game, and we had a lot of trouble with our last stream, a lot of technical difficulties that really sort of cut us short. I was having internet dropouts. Turns out it's hard to stream with no internet access. So we had a really brief stream last time, and we're gonna have a proper one this time. So to recap, in Arydia, we are exiles. Exiles who have been kicked out of our homeworld and our homeland, and we are trying to collect these guys, squills. Okay, we don't have any yet, or actually we do have one. And the group of adventurers who picks up the most squills essentially gets pardoned and allowed to kind of return home. Time Roller, welcome in. How you been? Hope you're well. So yeah, we essentially are exploring the world of Arydia here, trying to find and earn squills. Largely, we're going to do that by helping the, townsfolk and what have you in these various little villages and other places that we discover. And additionally, we'll remember from last time, I decided I'm going to take better notes, because last time we forgot and we were told a little bit about some of these other areas that we have yet to explore. We know that there's a very vile monster lurking out here in the grasslands somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of where that is if I refer back to my notebook, which of course is the one thing that I have put in a safe place and isn't here. Oh God, what did I do with it? Okay, I think I put my notebook on my desk, so I'm gonna go grab that real fast. I be in good. Hey, look, let's see if this works. I should be able to. Look at that. Hey, it's Time Roller. Hey, so I set up a little thing here where I can show off chat as I reply to it. Kind of cool, I think. Hopefully it works. And I love safe places. Yes. You know how it goes. Where I certainly, I hope this is a shared experience where you set something down in a safe place, only to forget it exists entirely and never be able to find it again. So I got Arydia all dutifully set up here. Kind of forgot about the notebook thing until such time as I went to reach for it, and my notebook literally sits. I got this little side table here for the card cam and what have you, and my notebook sits on that side table. It hasn't left that side table in a year or more, except this time. So that said, I will be right back. All right, well, I have no idea what the heck I was thinking. Oh, excuse me, still a little sick here. I have no idea what the heck I was thinking when I hid my notebook, but I tell you, it's in the safest of places. No one could ever thieve this thing because no one can find it. I don't know why I would have done that, but nonetheless, I did. So, damn, sucks to suck. And with that, we're just gonna keep going. Yeah, it is. It's really, really, really not here. It really seems spectacularly foolish. Oh well. Okay, so I brought over, where did I put it now? A new notebook, which we are going to use for Arydia notes, and we're just going to roll with it and try to remember what we learned last time. And what does it look like? It is black and nondescript, but it should be out here. Like, it's literally a notebook I just keep outside for streaming only. I write down like notes about games and so on. But it's not here. Also, why are the lights not on behind me? I just noticed this. Let's see if I can fix that. Don't mind that sound. Nothing broke, I swear it. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's also the wrong one. Oh, geez. Something's going crazy here. Okay, the lights just don't want to work. And you know what? We're not going to mess with that anymore. We're just going to put that away. And no lights this stream. That's fine. Okay, it wouldn't be an Opcos stream without a few technical issues. Or issues of some kind anyway. So let's just roll with it. We'll keep going. We'll move on. And we'll figure all those things out as we go. So, last time our stream got cut a little bit short because of actual technical issues, right? We were having internet dropouts. I couldn't get anything to work out here. Every, minute or two, the internet stopped working. I have temporarily solved that at the cost of my internet speed that I won't bore you with, but we're good to go. So, last time, we were in the Fellsworn village here, where we met an innkeeper who had a bit of a problem with a guest who could not be convinced to leave. We discovered that that guest was in fact a ghost, and we solved their riddle, and they moved on. As a reward, our friendly innkeeper gave us the flying fish knapsack. The flying fish, that's the name of the inn where we were staying, or visiting, I guess. And he offers to basically refill it for free, which is an action we can do kind of once per day, which is something that we didn't do last time. So when we save, we're usually taking a rest action. We have to do that in town. Generally, we have to pay for that. There's limits on how many times per day we can do actions. We didn't do that. Probably in our haste from kind of wrapping up stream last time. But we're just going to roll with it, and we're just going to do the day action correctly on a go-forward basis. Okay, so we're not going to worry about resolving that right now. We'll figure that out next time we want to rest. We did also gather this little quest here, gather bird root. Okay, so this is a job. We can have one job as a party. This is our primary way, I think, of earning those quills that we're going to be able to use in order to earn a pardon. Okay, so squills, rather, not quills. So in this case, we need to travel to the Sward, which we have no idea where that is, and we need to try and gather bird root, and then we can do that multiple times and then sort of bring it back. Essentially, we'll get more money for each one we gather. Okay, so we'll see how that works. We so far we've made no progress. We don't know where to go in order to do that. And we just generally aren't really sure about it. Hopefully we don't find the night evil demon of doom and gloom that we were told about. who's lurking somewhere here. So what we know is that we've largely done everything we wanted to do in Felsworn Village, and we are going to move on. And I'm going to try to do this from memory. So I believe that we basically want to go to here. Okay, there's a fork in the road here, and we were like, I think this is the bad spot. We were essentially told to stick to the kind of the left side. Now, it's not impossible that actually meant this way, but you know what? We're just gonna go here and see what happens. We're here in the basin. We're exploring. We got gear. If we encounter some, something, we can handle it. I got a practice loot. We got practice pants. We're ready. We're ready. So, that said, this is our marker that shows kind of where we're at, and we're gonna travel to the Northern Plains, over here to the Ragould Junction, and then up here to whatever this is. So when we're taking a travel action, we move our marker, and we can only travel between zones where it shows like a little icon here. And the significance of that, it's probably very hard to see on stream, but this is a little signpost. So we're gonna flip over a card from the travel deck and resolve what it says by the kind of signpost action. Sometimes that's nothing and we're just going for a lovely stroll. Other times we may have to pass a check, or we might exhaust one of these tokens, which we'll need to essentially rest in order to get back. So let's do this. We're gonna travel here. We're gonna flip over something from the travel deck, and we have this little signpost there. So it says, the journey is difficult and your spirits sag. There's a cutting wind. Frustrated. Each exile pays 1 SP, and then we discard this card. If we don't pay, we go to downhearted. So we will end up exhausting this little leaf token, which will potentially restrict further travel if we don't pay 1 SP. Now, we each have an SP. We're going to do that, and we're going to continue on our merry way. We're now in the Northern Plains, so travel is really quite easy to do in this game. Hey, Cosmic Beat, welcome in. Nice to see you. Look at the thing I made. Look at the thing. Hey. 13-month subscriber. Look at you. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Also, I put in a couple new redeems. I should tell you guys about that. I did a couple things to try and make the stream just a little bit less jank. And make sure we don't get any audio feedback here. So I put in a little fix the camera redeem. Remind me.
Opcos Games wants you to fix the camera.
All right. So if it's cheap, it's dirt cheap. Just to remind me in case I do this thing where I'll be like telling you guys something about whatever's happening down here. And then, I'll be playing something off on the board elsewhere and just leave the camera there and ruin the stream for everybody. So a little fix the camera stream in case I need a nudge. Hey, Jack, welcome in. Nice to see you. Look at the thing I made. Look at it. Hey. And what else did I fix in here? Oh, there's a text-to-speech redeem now. Try not to abuse it too bad. And I should be able to do this. See if this works. Just for funsies.
Life was better when it was simple.
Why did I make this as a redeem? I don't know. It just was fun. It looks a little goofy, and I'm okay with that. So, whatever. Anyway, back to it.
Taxpayer 2000 said, I absolutely love these features.
Hey, mods can also just don't even have to pay for text-to-speech, but there you go. All right, so that said, let's get back into the game here. We're going to continue traveling. So we are over in the Northern Plains. We're going to travel here to Ragould Junction. There's a little flower icon on there. Once again, I'm sure literally impossible to see on stream. It's very teeny tiny. But it's this one right here. So, dripping rain, but our spirits are high as we travel along. So we have it looks like a usually about a 5 in 7 chance of something bad happening. But that's okay. So, we made it to the junction without issue. There's nothing we can do in the Northern Plains, or in the junction, okay? Like, on these camps, for instance, you can see that there's, like, these little bars here. Those are little actions we can take where we're interacting with something that isn't on the world map here. There's nothing in the Northern Plains or in the junction. They're just sort of ways for us to travel. So, we're gonna head over to here and hope that that's where we want to go, and that we're not going to end up in a big fight with some guy who's going to, like, absolutely destroy us. So I hope I got this right. So same thing, little signpost here. We're going to take another travel action. Oh, wow. We were really second breakfast. This was going to happen. This was destined. You're so hungry you need to take a break and eat some food. Each exile pays 1 SP and then exhausts this card or discards this. If not, we go famished. So we can use, we've got some things in our knapsack here, which we can use to gain SP, and then we can spend it so that we don't go famished. Is that worth doing? I don't know. We then no longer have that SP for combat or what have you, but I don't want to be famished. So we're going to choose to spend it. And we're going to do the cool thing in this game. This is a triple layer board, so we can flip out this tile. Infinitely resettable, which is pretty cool. This doesn't look like it was where we wanted to go. I'm not going to lie. The Fields of Lear. It looks like there was maybe a battle here. There's some busted carts and otherwise yucky things. But you know what? We're here now. We could go through the grassy plains and we could just run away, right? That is an option as far as I know. I don't think we have any compelling reason where we have to stop. I don't think so. So we could continue going, or we could just check out this place and see what happens. Okay. Let's just check it out. Let's see what happens. We're here. Why not? We got practice pants. We're ready. So we need to look through this deck here. This says it's tile number 4 in this long deck. Okay. A smoking cart is what we have found. Smoke drifts lazily through the trees. You can see the remains of a cart smoldering in the middle of the road. Off to the side, someone is sitting hunched against a tree. All right. So there's been somebody got robbed here, presumably, right? It says add travel card 42 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. So we're not going to read that. We're just going to look in here, find that card. They're all indexed really nicely. And we're just going to toss it in the discard pile. We'll discover that when we discover it. And then we get to flip this over. And this is how we get to places that are not kind of on the world map, where we're exploring this spot specifically. So this says Hex C2. That's where we were. This is kind of where we enter the map. Okay, and we can see here that there is an NPC. You know what? I don't have any reason to put this way. Why don't I just do this? Okay, so there's an NPC here, NPC 15 and medium 3. So that's another tile that we can potentially explore. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wander over here and we're going to talk to this dude. Arydia is very generous in terms of when we're interacting with things. It's not like really like turn order specific where, oh, I'm going to go take my turn and go interact with this, and I'm going to be still sitting back here. Basically, everyone has an opportunity to kind of wander up to any point of interest or NPC or whatever prior to interacting with it. And that could be good or bad, right? Depending on what happens. So we found NPC 15 here. It's a dying man. An old man lies here bleeding from deep wounds in his chest. We were ambushed. I just sat down for some hot stew by the campfire when someone yelled, "Bandits!" Those lizards. Before I knew it, arrows were flying. They disappeared as quickly as they'd come. Tell me about the lizards. Tell me about the lizards, sir. It was a band of puckles. Usually they're not so brave, but they were being led by some halfling. That's weird. That's weird. A halfling? Some red-haired fellow, dressed strangely. I only saw him as they disappeared. Where did they go? I don't know. They can't be far. They headed north, I think. All right, when you end the conversation, draw event 10. Okay, so let's see. Probably we are next to get ambushed by puckles, which sounds uncomfortable, frankly. So, not looking forward to that. All right, event 10, a clean death. Are we merciful? I think is what we're getting here. The old man looks up at you through foggy eyes. He says, "You've got to find him, the halfling ringleader. But first, don't let me die by their dirty claws. Give me a clean death. Quickly now. Don't hesitate. If a response is not given in 20 seconds, it counts as hesitating. If anyone tries to ask questions, oh gosh. Let's try and heal him. Right? Or do we just kill him? Let's do what he asks. We're going to give him a clean death. We're ruthless. We're going to give him a clean death. You take your weapon and send him to the afterlife with a clean death. All right. We ended his whole career. We gain 1 experience. So experience, when the party gains experience, everybody gains it. Okay? So we're going to drag these experience tokens out of here. We used up our experience last time, leveling up. That's okay. I always think the XP marker on these boards, it's like a ribbon or something. It looks like candy, honestly. And then we're gonna dig something out of the dossier. Now, we opened this up last time. This is like a bunch of different items and stuff, I presume. Oh, I just killed us. Just dropped a huge box on our faces. We get T18. Hey, John, welcome in. So, I get to slide this open if I can do that. So this is full of all of these cool tiles. We earned this one. That was our buckled cuff that we found last time. What are we looking for here? T18? Yeah, T18. Oh, this is gonna give us like a title or something, I think. How do I get this out? Oh, I just kind of punch it. It's interesting because this is like resettable, right? So like all these boards like this has like a little thing on the back with a little flap. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that we can put this back together. This is a green legacy game. We essentially can replay it in the future. All right, so what do we get? The Cold. So that's a new title. I think we all know that it was Slake over here, the rogue, who did the work. So I don't know if this replaces our current title or what. I'm going to assume that the answer is yes. And Slake is now the Cold. The cold-hearted slayer of poor old men. Sickly and in despair. All right. We're also going to replace NPC 15 with version B, which I presume is like a cold dead body or something. Well, maybe not cold yet. But essentially, there's multiple versions of most of these cards. So we're going to put this one, version A, in the inactive deck. And now we've got version B. This is a like pretty, lo-fi way of just having multiple different ways to resolve things and what have you. Oh yeah, he's a dead man now. His portrait is sideways because he's dead. An old man is here lying dead. He's clutching a leather satchel. He has a peaceful expression on his face. See, we did the right thing. Let's look at his face. Let's inspect his face a little further. You shiver as you gaze upon the dead. Well, that's not very exciting. Okay, let's look what's in his bag. Clearly, he wanted us to have it. He didn't say that, but only because he was in pain. We ended his suffering, and he wanted us to take his goods. You open the small satchel gently and find a wax-sealed letter inside. One time only. Gain key 9. All right. So keys are generally like things that we need to look for as we go forward. Often this is sort of like it's like a way of completing a quest, right? We have to then go identify like a particular person or whatever, where we interact with this text in the future. We generally kind of resolve the key. So it says here, a sealed letter you found on an old man who had been ambushed and died. The letter is addressed to Laiku, and the wax seal is unbroken. The Dryad Rivertown South. Keep this in your party's inventory if you choose to open the letter. Otherwise, if you find a card with this exact text. Okay, so we are honorable, good people. We gave the guy what he wanted. We will also attempt to deliver his sealed letter without looking at it. Surely that's the least we could do. It's the least we could do. We're honorable folk. All right. So I think we're done interacting with the dead man here, and we can put him back. One thing that's weird is there's these cards, there's like this huge index of cards, but like there's quite a few gaps. So they're all numeric. But finding the actual right spot for things to go, especially when putting them away, is sometimes kind of a pain in the butt. So, surely, do we feel well equipped to deal with this halfling threat? Not particularly. But when are we ever going to be well equipped? If we don't go, beat up some scoundrels and get some gear, how will we improve, right? I don't know if this is going to get us a squill, but it's going to get us an interesting experience. Maybe some literal experience for our characters too. So why don't we advance along up here to the north, where he said we might find this dude, this halfling, and his band of puckles, I believe they were. So, this is the small deck. Grab the medium deck. Medium 3. Smoking Caravan. Smoke silently pours from the remains of the campsite. Overturned carts and slashed tents sit eerily by the roadside. I think our friends on Twitch are knee-deep in an ad, so we're going to give this just a second before we resolve it. Hope you guys are doing well. I've really enjoyed Arydia so far. It does feel very it gives me real like World of Warcraft vibes, and that's like a good nostalgia hit for me. It's not like, you know, it's not World of Warcraft, don't get me wrong. This is clearly its own world with different characters and so on. But just a lot of the mechanisms feel like strangely familiar in a way that I find is, yeah, like a little difficult to articulate. But is a positive, I think, for sure. So I've been enjoying it so far, and we'll see. I suspect that we're going to find out how combat works. We did some combat in the quick start guide in our first session when we did character creation, and essentially it had you walk through like a staged scenario where it told you what to do in order to resolve it, to kind of like see it in action. I didn't feel like that was super effective. Like it was great for like check the box, list off everything that you need to do in combat. I don't feel like I actually know how combat feels or works particularly well. The attack system, actually, yes. Movement and using actions and so on, less so. So I guess we're gonna find out real fast. So let's take a look at this smoking caravan. All right, so essentially this is further north, but we're just gonna, for table space here, we're entering here. This is kind of where we came from, right? So there is an event token here. I think we're basically, you know, honor bound to resolve events like the second we enter the tile. There's a point of interest here as well. We're just gonna wander on over to this event. This is event 11. There's a little token we can put there to indicate that one exists and needs to be resolved, but we're not gonna bother because we're just gonna go do it right now. Talking voices. As you approach the edge of the caravan, you hear voices coming from behind the ridge to the north. You think you might be able to listen from here, but you'd be able to hear better if you could sneak closer. Okay, listen. Slake's a literal rogue. He has an ability called sneak. Surely we're gonna try and sneak closer. What could go wrong? Sneak. You try to sneak closer, and so we have to pass a dexterity check of 11, which is quite high. But if you have the sneak skill, you succeed. So we automatically succeed because Slake has the sneak skill. Awesome. So we're playing to our character's strengths here. If we didn't succeed, like if we had to pass the check, we would gain our 1 dexterity. We'd choose somebody to send. We get no extra dexterity on Drudar over here. He's clumsy. He's not good at sneaking. Slake has dexterity of 1, and we'd roll our d20. So we'd get d20 plus 1, and we would have to get 11 or more. But we succeeded. So you sneak close enough to listen in. After a minute, the voices disappear northward. Gain 1 experience and key 10, and then discard this card. All right. That was a little anticlimactic, honestly. But that's okay. Let's see what's on key 10. Probably the name of this halfling that we're gonna go hunt down, I think. Let's see. The Bandit Hideout. Everything. What's everything? You've learned the bandits intend to set an ambush for anyone who comes after them. It will be near the cave in Teakle Forest to the north. Okay. That's a little bit different than the other keys. This is more just like a clue. So presumably it means like north, like on the world map here, there's, you know, a spot north of us. Presumably this is Teakle Forest. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna write this down in the notebook that we're not gonna lose. We're gonna leave it out here. The safe place is on the desk beside me. This is Arydia notes. What's the date? The 18th? It's the 18th of February. And we're gonna say that C1 is Teakle Forest, and that there's an ambush. All right. Right, and this event is over. We get rid of that card, banish it, and we're left here. We don't have a way to continue north on this tile. Okay, we did this event. We overheard them. The road leads north, like we can travel north on the world map, but there isn't actually like a way to do that without further travel. But we can still come check out this tent. This was obviously, damaged in the attack. This is part of the caravan. Maybe there's some gear there that we can salvage or something like that. So let's go check out Point of Interest 9. All right. Ruined camp. You stand in the middle of a ruined camp. The carts smolder and smoke quietly, while tents flap softly in the breeze. You see claw-shaped footprints all over the soft dirt. Excuse me. All right. Tent. Okay, we're gonna resolve tent just for like reasons. Basically, let's get that out of there. I once was goaded into playing like Pictionary with my wife, and there was a time where the thing we had to guess was tent, and my stepdad he drew like a single line, and immediately I intuitively knew that was a tent, and I guessed it, boom, like that. And this moment will live on in infamy because that was the last time we played Pictionary ever, because the girls were infuriated. So tents have a special place in our heart here. So tents. You search around in the tents looking for anything of use or value, but it appears everything was taken. One thing I will say about this system is that there are multiple things to resolve. It is really hard not to like see what's on these other ones. I mean, generally we're gonna be a completionist and do everything anyway, but I don't know if sometimes they're mutually exclusive. So far it hasn't been the case. It was very difficult not to just see everything. So anyways, let's go check out the carts now. Tent didn't help us. Carts are charred and blackened from the fire of last night. Smoke hangs in the air, nudged along by a soft breeze. We're getting a ton of little RP tokens, but we can't actually spend them on anything, I don't think. These are role play points. We can spend them like in combat and so on, but like we've earned more than we have, room to keep. They increase your attribute check by +3. Okay. So if we can't earn this because it's full, we actually can we could like return here later and get it. We return this as unexplored so that there's something here still for us to get, which is interesting. All right. So whatever. Shall we check out the footprints, the claw-shaped footprints? Let's do it. All right. We do a wisdom check of 5, one time only. Okay. Drudar, the clumsy Slin Noodler, our resident bard, is extremely wise with a wisdom of 1. So he gets +1 to his roll. He's going to do this wisdom check. What do we get? 17 + 1, 18. Surely we succeed our check of 5. You see clear tracks with small claw-like feet heading away from the camp. It looks like they lead north toward the forest. Okay, so we learned literally nothing. We found footprints leading in the same direction as we came from. And there's an RP point if we ever wanted to come back here and get it, which I'm going to take a wild guess that we don't want to. But we will nonetheless dutifully return to the world map. We will put this away. Unexplored, knowing that there's stuff that we can still come back to and get. Or uncleared, I guess. And then we're going to continue on our merry way. So, the question is, do we want to allow the shinies to distract us and to go into the forest to fight these guys who easily destroyed a whole ass caravan? Or do we want to focus up on going and gathering bird root, picking some flowers for tea? I want to do this. I want to focus up on the job. We know that there's an ambush waiting for us here. We have found a cuff, a single cuff for one of our guys. We literally have practice pants on, and we're wearing them on our feet by mistake. We need more practice. Our damp and moist gloves are not going to save us from that ambush. So, instead of the ambush, let's try and find where we were looking for originally, which has to be in like one of these areas here. So I'm going to say let's just head down this way. We go through this, through the grass, which I think usually resolves nicely. It doesn't resolve nicely this time. All right. The journey was difficult and your spirits sag. We have sore feet. We're frustrated. Each exile pays 1 SP. And then we discard this. We don't have an SP to pay, nor do we have anything here in our knapsack, any stuff to give us additional SP. So we're downhearted. Exhaust this token. Exhaust our little leafy token here. And then we discard this. If it's already exhausted, we go to miserable. Basically, if we're traveling too much in between resting and days, then what will end up happening is we'll end up adding cards to the threat deck. So presumably that's going to be bad. We don't want cards in the threat deck. So we did successfully travel down to here. We have to flip this out. We found these singing fields. Oh, it looks very grassy. Looks like a maze or something. We'll get lost in the tall brush here. All right. Well, there is a thing to check out. I feel like we really have flubbed it on finding what we wanted to find, but why don't we just check out the singing fields while we're here? So, we need our card here. Medium 7. Tall grass obscures your view all around. The wind kicks up for a moment, and a noise begins to grow, like a choir of voices humming in harmony. You realize it's the wind playing through the grass. The music of the field is beautiful, if a little unnerving. Okay. It looks like it's a literal maze. Surely we're not going to get lost here or anything. Okay, so here's where we came to from our hex. We can like wander over here and go to this other one. Now there are these strange claw marks. Whatever, we're completionists. We're not going to be scared. We're going to walk into the weird grass maze and we're going to find what we're going to find and hope that it's actually something nice. We're not scared. The grass is taller here, if that is possible. Walls of leafy green blades tower above your head. We're gonna get attacked by some like plant monster or something. This is a great way to die. Barbershop of horrors. We go get gobbled up by some huge plant or something that has been dragging corpses back here. Whatever, let's go check out the point of interest. What could go wrong? Please don't eat me, plant. I'm not fertilizer, I swear to God. Point of interest 18, an overgrown trail. You are standing in a field of tall grass that flows and waves in every direction. There's a low grunting coming from nearby. Your nose wrinkles at a pungent odor on the breeze. The path here seems to dive into the deep green foliage. Okay. Oh, you know what? I feel like I might have done something. Did I miss something on that last card? This says if there's a fae in the party, which there isn't. I feel like it said if there was a human in the party on the last one, which we didn't have. But that's okay, whatever. We're fine. Maybe I didn't draw anything, so I guess I ignored it. Are we going to worry about the grunting, the odor, or the path? I am extremely curious about the grunting. Maybe we can sneak and listen or something like that. So let's investigate that. Beyond the rustle of the grass, you hear low grunting. It must be coming from a large animal, though you can't see anything nearby. Okay, wait. Wasn't the evil guy in like the grasslands or whatever? Are we about to find the big bad monster and get slaughtered? I don't know. I don't think so. What's the odor? You wrinkle your nose up. It smells like some gigantic wet dog drying in the warm sun. It's not pleasant. All right, so if we want to clear a path, it says, you see the trail go into the grass. It's far too overgrown to pass. You'd need to clear a path through if you wanted to continue onward. We need to pass a strength check, and it costs us 1 SP, which we don't have any. So unfortunately, we cannot. We're exhausted right now, and we simply cannot muster up the strength to cut through this tall grass. And thus, we will have to come back here later. So we're going to make a note about this. C3, tall grass, fight giant stinky animal is our note. Okay. We will have to come back here when we're a little more well equipped to do it. Okay, so not much we can do in this zone, unfortunately. I mean, the nice thing is as we level up, eventually we won't have like only 1 SP, right? Currently, like we're level 1. We're just little noobs with practice gear. We have 1 SP at most, which is kind of embarrassing. And soon we can have more, which will allow us to do a lot more actions on a given kind of run, you know, without needing to rest or that sort of thing. But on that note, I am going to take a brief break here real fast. Shh, I'm saying hi from work. Don't tell. Okay, I won't tell. Allison, secret safe with me, but look at this cool thing I can do. Hey, I won't tell. No one tell on Allison. All right. So, that said, we're going to take a brief break. We're whispering so that we don't get Allison in trouble. And when I get back, we're going to continue looking for this damn bird root, which is apparently miles away. Probably I had a clever note hidden in my notebook that's in a safe place that would have told me where to go. But, damn. Anyways. See you back here soon. Welcome back. Kind of got the lights on behind me. I decided to try and flip them back on. I think I got to replace this this little power bar I got back there. I think it's on its way out. This is the second time recently where it has died, and it's got like 20 watts of lights plugged into it. I don't think it's getting overloaded or anything, but you'd think based on how it's working. Anyway, back to Arydia. We're here. Why are the lights the wrong color? I don't know, but at least they're on. So, we were exploring the singing fields. We kind of came up a little short. You know, something I'm not really sure about how it's going to work is if we just end up with travel tokens where we, you know, are totally exhausted and can't do it, because generally I think we have to take a rest action, you know, like in town, basically. So getting back there feels like it's going to be interesting, but that's okay. We'll figure that out when it happens, if and when it happens. In the meantime, yeah, rest is definitely a town action. And we can do it for free at the guild. But it doesn't remove exhaustion cards from the threat deck. Okay, well, anyways, we'll see how that goes. So, we're in the singing fields. We can't really do what we want to. I clearly flubbed something. I don't know if we were supposed to go here or here. Maybe it was here. I don't know. We're going to try going over here to D3 and see what happens. No matter which way we go out of the singing fields, the thing we resolve is grass. Probably because it's very grassy. Here. Of course. You're so hungry you need to take a break and eat some food. Tummy rumbles. We do not have anything to pay. So, we are going to exhaust our backpack token. So 2 of our 3 tokens are exhausted now, but we did successfully travel over here to Heron Plains. I really feel like this, I'm not finding the place I wanted to find. All right, so we're in the plains, and there is nothing here for us. There are no actions we can do on this spot. It's just a field with a road. So I think we're going to take this moment to just travel back to the exiles camp so we can rest, because otherwise we're going to end up exhausted. We're going to end up putting a bunch of stuff in the threat deck. So we're going to travel back to the exiles camp. We do have to resolve another travel card, but it's this one, the rose, little flower. You enjoy your travels, taking in sights. Okay, we are at the guild. We can take a rest action here. Let's do this correctly, because I don't know that we've actually resolved one of these properly before. So we draw the top card of the day deck and resolve it. That is this deck here. Okay. It says, a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day for adventuring. You feel the sunshine warm you as a gentle breeze caresses your face. Wonderful. It's about as nice as could be. Okay, then we replenish all of our things, which is really just our SP. And then there are, you know, guild actions that we can do in order to we can add 1 marker to each of these items for the whole party. So, rad. We can also level up, but I don't think we have enough XP yet. So our XP cost to get to level 2 is 5. We currently have 2. So that's not happening. Okay. All right, so that's it. That's all we can do here. We only get the one thing. I don't know if spending those was supposed to give us each an SP or only one of us. I treat it as we had to spend 2 to gain them, but I don't know if that was correct or not. This really is not helping me. We'll worry about that later. We'll just assume that we have to spend 1 to gain an SP. All right, so we're rested up. We got some SP back. We essentially have 3, right? So I don't remember anything. Let's read our job again. We said we wanted to do our job. Okay. My supply of bird root is running low, and I can't make my tea without it. It's not difficult to find. I disagree. Look for yellow flowers growing out on the sward. Travel to the sward. While there, you may spend 1 SP to search for bird root. Surely she wouldn't be sending us like 90 miles away from Fellsworn Village. And yet, here we are. So, we're scared of a monster lurking in the grass. I feel like going back to the singing fields is a mistake. So, our options here are that we can either travel to Heron Plains and then head back south again and see what we find, or we can go figure out what this is, which I feel like is probably the move. We're completionists. I can't just leave this area unexplored. Surely not. So, the signpost. Draw again, it says. An unnatural miss. We draw again. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Oh, and these should be refreshed. And then we're going to travel up here to this one. It's also a signpost. You pass this way easily. All right. Our travel has been very successful. What do we find? We found the winding shore, which is also not what we were looking for, but that's okay. It does have a spot we can
explore.
explore.
Been a while since you had a drink.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, that's an interesting thing. I don't see if I have this set up with I have it. It's like merging my chat in, but then it doesn't necessarily show me redeems and stuff very well. That's okay. All right. I feel like we were just supposed to. I got the wrong impression that this is where the danger was, because this is medium 1. This is like the first tile we're supposed to resolve. I think we were just expected to just walk up here, and I was scared. A small house. You see a small cottage, smoke coming from the chimney. It appears peaceful, but you feel apprehensive as you approach. Looks like this. All right. So, there is an event. Let's resolve it. Event 210. That seems extremely high numbered. Thunder. Lightning strikes not far off, and the peal of thunder is startling. You hear a blood-curdling scream coming from the nearby cottage. Odd on a nice, otherwise clear day. A shiver runs down your spine. You don't like this omen. What terrors await inside? Add travel 16 to the bottom of the travel discard pile and then banish this card. So this card, was this an event? This is an event. This is gone. And we get travel 16. Ah. Highly suspect. Okay, let's go look in here. Surely we got to explore this little house. Can't just leave it there. Who let out the blood-curdling scream? I don't know, let's just leave and go somewhere else. Alright, inside the small house, light pours in through the kitchen window as a fire burns on the hearth. The scent of fresh-baked bread wafts across the room. That sounds delicious. A woman looks up nervously as you enter. Well, I mean, she just screamed like she was gonna die. Alright, let's go talk to the nervous woman. NPC 3. Maybe we can help her by eating her bread and she'll give us a squill. Vera Odell. A young woman is here, fretting about something. Oh, sorry for the scream. You must be from the guild. I asked them to send someone to help me remove these pests. I'm afraid I don't have any squills, but I could give you a reward. Bread. We will work for fresh baked bread. But let's ask about that scream. Why did you scream? Well, I didn't mean to startle you. I was in here fretting about those horrid beasts when, boom. I'll be okay, really, if you just get rid of those pests. Okay, tell me about the pests. Ah, the beasts. I trapped them in the cellar. If you can kill their leader and bring me the proof, I'd be happy to reward you. So this is literally our go kill rats quest that we're supposed to do at the very start of the game. And we just went off on some other little adventure at first, basically. Okay. Let's go kill the pests. Let's do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I think this is totally fine. This is like our, D&D classic. Go, fight like a swarm of rats on turn 1, Okay, the stairs connect these two places. I'll just stack them. We're in here now. This looks like quite a large basement. There's actually nothing on it, but there's a long tile over here. This one. Oh, I guess I didn't read this one when I placed it. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the dark. The cellar feels damp, probably due to the dirt floor. A slightly acrid smell is coming from the passage that twists away to the left. Who has a small cottage with a basement this big? Around the corner, the cellar continues down a narrow passage. The musty smell of rodents fills the air. You see red eyes and sharp claws emerge from the shadows. Hopefully this isn't like Oathsworn. In Oathsworn, the first boss fight we did was the Brood Mother, and she wrecked us. It was horrible. It was great, but it was horrible. You know what I mean? Oh, we got some actual combat happening here. Okay, we got to set this up for real. Okay, so we're coming at this from over here. It's like thusly, okay? And we've got multiple foes. 1, 2, 3, 4 foes. Foe 4. Do I draw all of these cards or not? I'm not sure. Are they different? Or is that for when we have sort of multiple players? I don't know. Because the combat, I didn't love the fact that we did these really staged things. Okay, so we're in combat. We're no longer in adventure mode. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the threat deck. I don't even have the threat deck out. Because we were just going for a stroll, We're having a good time. All right. Threat deck looks cool. I like the art. First thing we're going to do, shuffle the threat deck. Just a dozen cards in here, I think. This is our threat and combo track. Okay. Basically, threat is bad, combo is good. I have no idea what limit break means. We never have got there. Figure that out when it happens. Okay. Resolve any start of combat rules or abilities. Foes. Okay. So here we go. So we want foe 4. Which is a rat. And we got an AI card, which is going to tell us what that rat is going to do to us. A red-eyed rat squeaks here, froth dribbling from between its teeth. Level 1. Okay. Suddenly we need a lot more space. Let's dig out the rat figures. That'll be fun. What did it tell us? It told us figure 4. Oh, they're cute more than scary. Look at it. It's adorable. All right. So, that was a horrible sound. There are also these little colored bases. I don't know if we're going to need them. We're just going to play along and see, just so we don't get these guys confused. We can see that they each have kind of a respective color here. Green, brown, blue, so on. And it tells us where to place them on the map. So, there are these little colored bases. And we can then use these to track which foe is which, probably which direction they're facing. I don't know how important that is, but we'll see. We're just gonna set it up dutifully, because I think there's also going to be more rats to kill, or some big mega rat or something like that, right? Who doesn't love a good rat swarming, crush the rats style mission at the start of a game, role-playing game? Feeling better, old man? Looks like there's just a couple pieces to this game. Yeah, so I've decided I'm going to not buy any more games in 2025, and I'm going to be playing some campaign games. This one, Arydia, is one of them. It's huge, man. It's huge. The box, it's 15 kilos. It's bigger than Thunderstone Quest that we played the other time. So it's a big boy. It's a big boy. We're just getting into combat for more or less the first time, other than the tutorial. We're going to fight these little rats here. My camera is aimed exceptionally poorly. I don't know if that's going to change. Let's see. Can we quickly make it a little better? Ta-da! All right, let's fight some rats. And I'm feeling kind of okay. Less bad is how I would describe it. Still a little raspy, I think. 30 pounds. That's a workout just putting it on the table. Yep. It literally is. Hey, look at the cool thing I set up on stream now. Pentakill. I didn't know that was your... But you didn't know that. 30 pounds, it's a workout just putting it on the table. It's true. It's true. Clearly just means you can come play Magic with us. No purchase required. I am not doing that. No. I refuse to get into Magic. I refuse. It's going to get bad if I do. I'm just not going to do it. I know my limits, and that's one of them. All right. So, we've set this up, and I think we're good to go here. These are all level 1 foes. Nothing too exciting there. They have a little AI card here. So this basically tells us what these rats are going to do. Okay. So this over here on the left, that is the threat track. So as we are taking actions, they're going to gain threat. And they're going to spend as much threat as they can. So if they have no threat, they're going to move 2 and bite this attack here. Okay. If they have 1 threat, they're going to move up to 5 and then bite. It also looks like I suspect that that's they heal, maybe. And then here, if they have at least 3 threat, they're going to move 5 and then frenzy their nastier attack, basically. Okay. And we're going to earn an XP for killing them, basically. So, fun times. Fun times. That's a targeting icon. They target the exile with the most XP. That's what that one means. The first thing. So, one important thing from combat that I don't remember is I think the foes go first. They do. All right. So, foes activate first. So, we have a threat deck. Do all foes activate? Probably. These guys are quite squishy, actually. I presume they all activate. Oh, wait. You know what? It tells us on here. That's right. Because one of the cards, to make the game easier, you remove card number 12, which is all foes. So, I'm sure we're going to top deck that right now. No, we did not. So, foe takes its turn. They gain 1 threat. That's it. Some of the cards are going to have things, we'll shuffle this after, are going to have things like this, right? Where they're going to activate like a specific mob or all foes, right? Most of them are like that. In fact, there's only a couple that don't have, you know, we'll just leave it as it is. I don't know what the top card of the deck is. There's only a couple that have just threat. So we kind of lucked out. So the foes activate, and then one of us activates. And then the foes activate, and then the next one. So this is essentially how they balance combat. If we were playing with a single character, we would get, you know, we would always get an action every time the foes take an action. Right? With 2 characters, one of us gets an action, then the foes. One, then the foes. So, who's it going to be? I think we want our friend Slake to run on over and stab this guy in the face. Right? So, we're going to take a minor action to move. Okay? Which I think allows us to move like 2. I don't know. It's been a minute since I did that tutorial. A couple weeks now, actually. So let's get this. Let's get this right before we screw it up. A movement ability, like a basic move, grants movement. I feel like really dumb right now, where I don't know how far I can move and or why. I know I remember putting basic actions on literally on my feet in order to move, but I don't remember how far that would allow me to go, which sounds really stupid, but is absolutely true. We'll probably need our skill cards and stuff too here. Basic move, 29. Oh, we just have the Oh my god, there's like 20 pages of rules for combat. That's why. Okay, yeah, so we can take a minor action or a normal action. We gain 1 combo, and then we can move up to 3. And we can pay 1 SP to get +2 move. But we don't need that because we can simply move 1, 2 over to this rat. So the good news with, or maybe it's 1, 2, 3, I guess. It's squares, not a grid, or not hexes. So the way combat generally works is we have 3 actions, right? We have a minor action token, and then we have 2 normal action tokens, and we can take all of those actions. So for instance, we could move, and then we could put this on our practice dagger to use our practice dagger in order to attack. Okay. Or we could set traps in the area nearest to us, or that sort of thing, right? If I'm trying to min-max here, I probably can, pick a different rat or something might be better, but I'm not doing that. We can also use our abilities here, right? So we can sneak, which allows us to move. We can backstab, which lets us do more damage and stuff like that. I don't think it's worth doing this. This cost us combo and SP, and really right now what we want to be doing is just stabbing these dudes, I think. So we're going to walk up to this guy, and we're going to hit him with a practice dagger. Okay. And it shows us on this practice dagger the range for it. So basically the target has to be directly in front of us. Okay. And then it shows us also kind of how we can hit 1 spot or hit 2 spots depending on if we succeed at a dexterity check. Okay. So we're going to hit him with our practice dagger. Okay. And we get dexterity +1. We're going to roll this die. We need 12 to do both things. We got a 1. A 1 is always a fail. Okay. So I think we still hit. But let me check, actually. We may just completely whiff it with a 1. I don't know. On our natural 1, the attack fails and no damage is applied. Okay, so we're the least useful rogue ever. We sneak up on a rat, try to stab it, and miss. That sucks. That sucks. Damn. Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, well, I think the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set a trap here, I think, probably, which I feel like they have a range. I think they have to go like adjacent to us, and they do damage when somebody like walks onto it. Do we have to be hidden to put a trap? I don't remember. Traps aren't a thing specifically listed in here, but you know what? It probably tells us on our skill card here. So trap. Okay. Only while hidden. Okay, so we need to be hidden in order to place a trap. But we could, we could be hidden. We could be hidden and then we can backstab somebody. I really probably should have just put out traps. If I knew I was going to straight up miss with my dagger, I probably would have put out some traps immediately. What a fail. Okay, we can't sneak because we're directly adjacent to a foe. So, we can do a another attack here, and we're gonna attack this rat actually. Okay, so we're gonna use our practice kunai here. Okay, so it costs us this 1 cube, and it takes us an action to do, but we have a range of 3 with this. Okay, so we target whomever and get it back out of combat. So they have to be within range 3. Is this guy in range 3? I think so, right? I think so. Does range? Let's check. Check how range works. Let's not cheat. I mean, we could just throw it at the guy right in front of us. That's always an option. But let's just see. We're trying to figure this out, get used to the combat and so on. So ranged abilities. It really doesn't. Okay, we can't move diagonally, so range 3, I think, would mean 1, 2, 3. Like, this guy's just out of range, right? So we're just going to throw this at the guy right in front of us. He's literally right there. I think we get a negative modifier if we're immediately adjacent, though. But is that a different game? Or am I confused? I don't know. Can I use my practice dagger more than once? I'm really not sure. These are questions I have for combat that I just don't know the answer to. So, that sucks. Normal action, 29. It just says I can take another action. So I think we can attack with our dagger again. Let's just do that. Surely we'll roll better this time. We rolled a 19. Okay, so that's better. We get 19 plus 1, 20. Okay, that means we get to attack with this like pattern that's shown on the thing. But I don't think we can rotate it or anything like that. I think it has to work in the direction that it shows, which basically makes us surprisingly ineffective at attacking rats specifically, which is odd but true. So yeah, we basically only, it doesn't matter that we did it that way. We really only get to apply a point of damage because on the rat cards here, this is damage, okay? On the rat cards here, you can see they've got 1, 2, 3, okay? So we're slashing them from left to right. So we can hit here, and then we can hit one spot up and to the right of it, which doesn't exist on the rats. And we're attacking this one specifically. So if we hit this little like weak point, it does this crit spot, we hit that as well. This spot specifically is bad to hit because it would increase our threat. So our bard attacks kind of the opposite of that. We want to just hit this guy here, okay? Because then our bard can potentially end this guy's whole career. But that was a really sadly ineffective action. Overall, we managed to hit a rat one time, barely, and that's it. Okay. So, the foes take a turn. What do they get? Mob or 2 threat. Okay, so one of the mobs activates. How do we choose which one? No idea. mob with the lowest initiative number will activate first. Okay, so I think all the mobs activate. All foes is bosses and mobs. So we pay threat once for each group, basically, which sucks. So we're only going to pay that one threat, and then they're all going to move up to 5 and then bite. Are we just going to die immediately to rats? I feel like we are. So I believe we activate all of the mobs, right? Mobs activate as a group. The combat thing did not prepare me for this. Activate, move, and take actions as a group. Okay. So that's gonna suck. We activate them in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. There's only 4. And so this guy's gonna activate first. He's not gonna move because he's next to us, but he is gonna bite us. So he bites right in front of him. He bites Slake for 1 damage. Now we can block that damage with one of our items here, but it's going to be damaged and it will no longer block anything for us. So our poor practice pants have taken a bite of damage. I think it says here, let's see, targeting, as they are going to target player with the most health. So the most current health is actually our friend Drudar. He has 5 HP to Slake's 4. So in fact, this guy would have run 1, 2, 3, 4 and attacked him instead. Our moldy shoes have taken a bit of damage. And then our friend here is going to do the same. We just take damage. We don't roll for it or anything like that, you know, I believe. We roll for damage to them. They just do it to us. They never miss. Jerks. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. No, it's a yellow hit die. I was wrong. Okay, so we got to roll the hit die. I did this completely wrong. Completely wrong. Okay, let's fix this. So, the first rat is going to run over and bite at us. He's going to roll this die. Okay? And it's going to show us where this hit lands. So he bit us in the head. No, wait, I'm sorry. He bit our feet. What a jerk. Okay, so that works out the same. He bites our moldy shoes. We're okay. Okay? So then the other guy is going to run up. And he's going to bite us. Well, I think I got these guys switched around. Doesn't matter. Whatever. It'll be fine. So he's going to bite us. And we're not going to talk about where he tries to bite. We're just going to put that... We're going to block his damage and put that little wear token on. Our gear is basically busted. Okay, now these guys have a movement of 5. And this... I think this is impassable here. So they're going to go 1, 2... Or wait. This is 2, 4, 5. 1, 3, 5. Because these are difficult. They cost 2 movement to go through these squares. So suddenly things are looking a little bleak over here. It's not good. It's not good at all. But the good news is that we can probably kill this rat. It's our turn. Okay? And we can just attack him. And if we roll successfully here, we will kill this rat this turn. So, we got to roll for charisma here with our practice Tanto. We don't have any bonus to that. We rolled a 10, but we can spend our RP points, I believe. I think we can do these in combat. I think it's any check. Let's check while we're here. Loot rolls, we can't use them. Otherwise, we can. Okay, so we're going to spend our RP to add +3. So we have 13, which means we're higher than 12, which means we attack with a devastating downward slash, and we get to apply 2 points of damage. Now, the 1 is the weak point that is going to add 1 to the threat, unfortunately. But this rat has been eliminated. So that's pretty cool. We're happy with that. 1 fewer rat to deal with. Now, what else can we do here? We can spend combo to do a gutsy dash. That's an option. We can we could just attack the dude, right? We could use our loot. We could sing. We could learn our battle riff. Is now the time to learn our battle riff? No. We gotta kill these guys. Right? So why don't we take a basic action? We'll move. That gives us another combo, because we might need that later. And we can actually just like move away from our enemies here. Wait. We get 3 movement. And then we can use our practice stinger here to shoot this guy. Okay, it's got a range of 2 to 2. So we have to be a little bit away. And we're going to check intellect here. Okay. Now this one, we need a roll of 12 or better. We got a 15. We also knocked that rat off the board. Okay, so that's 12 or better, which actually means we kill this rat. So for this rat, we are going to our stinger does damage to 1 spot and then the spot above it. Okay, so we can hit this one and then hit this one. But in doing that, here, why don't I show you guys this on card cam. The kind of the unique bits of the combat system. So we're going to hit this, and we're going to hit this. Now, that's its weak point. That will increase threat by 1, which is unfortunate. But because our attack went through this like critical spot, we also do a damage to this spot, which means that this rat, because once it's all covered, it's dead. This rat's dead. Okay? So, we've ended another rat's career. Just like that. But we are out of actions. This rat is gone. And it is the foe's turn. Let's see what we get. The boss. There is no boss mob. So they're simply going to gain 2 threat. Now, unfortunately, that means they're awfully close to their frenzy action, which is going to be not great for us. Now it's Slake's turn. Okay, he's going to gather up his things again. And we're going to remember that we want to take a minor action. We're going to spend a combo. We're now hidden. Okay, the rats essentially think that we are here. This is where they last saw us. Okay, and we can move up to 3. Okay, but we can move 3 here, and then we can use our trap, right? So we want to put down our traps. We can only do this while hidden. And we basically put them in an adjacent in an adjacent spot. Okay, so we can put these traps down. I mean, we could stay over here and put them like this, maybe. I think that the rats continue to target. I mean, they're going to target the person with the most HP, which is still our bard. So yeah, let's set this up so that they're gonna walk through some traps and die here. We wander over. We're hidden. They're gonna die a horrible, grim death. We hope. And then we no longer have our practice kunai. We can't really do anything with our practice dagger, but we can take another move action, and we can just wander off here to the corner, gain another combo, and wait. And let's see what our foes are going to do. Okay, all foes activate. So that would include a boss if there was one. There isn't. We're going to activate foe number 3 first here. So they don't have 5. Oh, wait, they only need 3 in order to frenzy. Well, crap, I thought that was 5. So they're target most. Oh, they're going to target the most people. Okay, because this frenzy hits in a grid all around them, which is really unfortunate for us, right? But we positioned totally intentionally super clever so that they're not going to hit us all. So they're still going to have to move towards us. They move up to 5, okay? So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and hit our trap. We're going to check our charisma, okay? So we have +1 to this roll. We rolled a 9. We're going to spend the RP to make this a gooder. That's a 12, which will do 12 or higher, which lets us do the extra damage, which is going to mean that on this rat, our trap applies damage diagonally up and left. So it's going to go here, then up here. That didn't really help me at all. I thought that was going to kill him, but I don't think it does. I think these... I don't know that this crit doesn't really make sense, actually. I don't understand. If we ever trigger it, it could never do anything. This crit, like, I don't think it makes any sense. That's weird. I don't know. I thought we were going to kill him, but it's like, if you pass through this, I guess we could pass through it this way and then do damage there. I see. Okay, so it could still work, but it doesn't actually help us in this case. They gain a threat. Oh, they didn't spend it before. They're at 3. No, they're at 2. And he's almost dead. And then he's going to continue moving onto this trap. We're going to re-roll it. A 1, it misses. So we just do nothing. So that's 4. He's going to move 5 spots, but his frenzy will not hit anything. I think these actually stay on the board and they're exhausted. Shouldn't have removed them. We cannot just put out traps every turn. But this guy doesn't actually get to us and attack. And his friend here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also likewise not make it to us and attack. Now, it's time for our bard to make things happen. So, first thing he's going to do. I mean, I kind of want to do this battle riff. We've got the combo that we need for it. We're going to find a way to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a normal action. We're going to do a gutsy dash. We get to move based on threat and then make a basic like Tonto attack. Now, nothing's going to really work out well for this one. We want to eliminate one of these rats. We want to take fewer amounts of damage. So I'd like to get rid of this guy. So we're going to move 1 and we're going to do a basic attack on him. We rolled a 16, which is going to put a point of damage there. He is dead. That rat has been eliminated. Okay. And then we have our other actions that we can do. So we're going to try our battle riff. We're just going to do this here. We're going to spend some time doing a battle riff. To master, as a normal action, pay 2 combo and then pass a charisma 12 check. We got 13. We did it. We have mastered the battle riff, which means that we get to flip this over now. And now we have a thing that we can do, which gives us combo points, basically. So we get to adjust to the threat or combo, either reduce threat or increase combo, which is going to allow us to take additional actions or prevent them from taking actions, you know? So, on that note, we're going to move away. Not that I think it's going to help us, because I think this rat's going to be able to attack us no matter what. But we're just going to move away. It gives us a combo point, and we're happy. What do we need to do to master this, guys? To master, end your turn adjacent to a foe while hidden. Well, we could probably learn Shadow Step this combat too. We'll just face tank this for a bit. Boss or X. X equals the number of exiles in the party. So they're going to gain 2 threat, but he's not going to do anything, which means for sure we can... Oh, where did I take this from? I have no idea where I picked this cube up from. Rambunctious. That's where. I don't know if we remain hidden or not. Honestly, I would presume we remain hidden, but I don't know. We're not sure, so we're gonna figure out the Shadow Step. It's just a single rat. We're playing with our food now at this point. We're gonna spend our combo point. We get hidden. We gain hidden, and we can sneak. We have to end our turn next to this guy. We're gonna take some damage for this, but we're gonna learn our Shadow Step. I don't know if there's anything we can really do proactively. I mean, we could take move actions essentially and just sort of like move away and back to gain some combo. I think that's really all we can do. So that we stay hidden. I mean, I suppose, yeah, because we can't hide if we're right next to him. So to master, we have to end our turn adjacent to a foe while hidden. We are. We have now learned Shadow Step. This is a free action. It says 2 movement. If hidden, 4 movement. instead and treat difficult borders as normal borders. So we have learned your dice rolling has scaled. It's true. And we can refresh it by paying a cube, an SP, but only out of combat. That's like a super valuable action. Like we could, move, and then place more traps or use our backstab abilities or what have you. Okay, so it's our foe's turn. Boss or X, the foe is being quite unlucky. This is the unluckiest rat you ever seen. Now we're at 6th threat. I don't know what happens when we get to limit break here. We're going to learn very soon, I think, because in the act of killing this guy, we're going to have to increase the threat by 1. But it is our bard's turn here. For funsies, because we can, why don't we sing our battle riff? Let's try this out here. So it costs 1 magic, and then we use our loot to play a song. So we roll the yellow and red hit dice, and then for any dice that are matching the notes in the song, we get a little benefit. So we'll get a benefit no matter what. Even if we have 0 matching and we played a terrible song, we'll get some sort of benefit. So this is a normal action. Okay, we pay 1 MP, 1 magic point. We're going to roll the yellow and red hit dice because we have a practice loot. That's what it gives us. And then we're going to compare these to this over here. We're going to put them in the same direction. So we flubbed it entirely, right? We were looking for the bottom left, the top middle, and the far right, and we got none of those. So complete flub, but for 0 matching notes, we still can reduce threat by 1 or increase combo by 1. So we're going to reduce the threat by 1 with our little battle riff there. And then we're going to do a gutsy dash. No, that costs us combo. Do we need to? We spent our combo last time. I didn't spend it when I learned our thing. So maybe we're just going to move up to this guy. We're just going to walk up to him. We gain a combo for that. We're just going to smack him in the head. Actually, why would I walk up to him when instead I'm perfectly positioned to just shoot him in the head? Surely that's superior. I almost have a way of making this work so that he could just be dead, but I don't. So, anyways, we're going to shoot him in the head. Intellect, we get +1. We rolled a 12, +1, 13. That's 12 or higher. So we can piss him off further by giving him more threat. I don't think 6 makes a difference. We didn't get to that 7 mark, which I think is good. I mean, he might get there with this card, but we shot him in the head. And then we're going to run away. Run away! Strategic retreat. Why not? And then our foe deck. Is it roguelike or more RPG? I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I think it's just RPG, right? Like, we're not expected to die or anything here, right? We're just going through the motions. We're trying to live. It's not Dead Cells, right? Okay, we got to figure out this limit break. It says all foes +1. I don't feel like that's a good thing. I feel like this is bad. We're at threat 7, the max on the track. When the threat is 7 after a foe or exile turn, resolve the following. Add 1 power token to each foe AI card currently in play. I don't know what that means. Then all foes activate as if an all foes threat card were drawn, spending threat normally. So we spend 3 threat, and they frenzy, and he's going to target as many people as possible, which he can't. So he'll just do as little movement as possible. He'll target our friend Slake here. And he's going to roll the yellow die and do a point of damage. He hits him in the practice pants. Can you imagine? What a guy. What a jerk move. Each power token adds 1 additional damage to foe attacks. It's added to each instance of damage and lasts until combat ends. Okay, so we actually take a point of damage then. He bit us in our practice pants and he hurt us, and I don't want to talk about it because that sounds awful. What a guy. Okay, so surely our rolls are not going to let us down, and we're gonna stab this guy in the face with a practice dagger, right? We rolled an 18. He's dead. All right, we have defeated all of our foes. We did it. We lived. We survived. We made it. That was not easy. Despite being just some rats, you know? Okay. Combat ends in victory if all foes are defeated. They are. Okay, so all the foes are dead. We gain some treasure. We get 1 XP. And then we gain some amount of money based on a die roll. And we can't, these loot rolls, we cannot add RP. So, our bard will do it. We rolled a 10. It's enough to get us 2k instead of 1. Rad. So we each get an XP. I can just flip one of these to 3. Set the 1 aside. We need 5 XP to level 2. We're currently at 3. But we got a little bit of extra money. We could have bought that guy a drink after all at the bar. We didn't, because we didn't want to hear his dumb rumors. We didn't want to feed his disease. Okay. And that's it. Our rabid rats are dead. We killed them. We get to refresh things that happen out of combat. Like, for instance, I can only use my kunai, my throwing knife. I can use it once. Once I've thrown it, it's gone. So I get to refresh that. It stands to reason that I could use my chipped potion to probably heal up this guy's XP, or HP rather. And overall, we're looking okay. Our gear's a bit busted up, but otherwise we are surviving. I don't think there's any other stuff. I don't know what that means. Refreshes when I rest. Did I use my loot once? I can only use my loot once? That seems extremely punitive. Damn. Refresh out of combat with a rest action. I used my loot. I need my loot for lots of things, but I really can't use it very much. Anyways, let's continue down this path. We can't take a rest action right now. I think we can only do that. I think we can only take rest actions in town, right? We can't just like have a break in the middle of this damp cave, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a guild or town action. So, all right, we're going to continue on our merry way to medium 2, the next thing. Surely we find the brood mother and die a horrible death. Or just 4 more rats, hard to say. Oh, an infested cellar. No way. The rats have made a small kingdom here. Nests and scraps of treasures they've collected are piled high. The stench in here is sickening. And then you see it. A rodent of unusual size. Not the brood mother. Oh, shit. Okay, there's quite a few more rats. Okay, we're going to just slide these out of the way. We might have bit off more than we could chew by going here. Perhaps we should have just left. I don't know. But, hey, all those friendly rats are back. This is kind of reset. We cannot use our loot, unfortunately. And we have full 5, which I'm assuming is a boss. It is. It is a giant rat. With a shrill chitter and a snap of its enormous incisors, the giant beast whips its tail menacingly. Challenge. Ooh, he's going to take a little bit more smacking to deal with. Okay. We'll just put all these tokens aside. An unfortunate thing for our party in particular is that these rats, they can... we don't have a good way of generally damaging them that like inflicts 3 damage. I think if we had slightly different abilities, we'd often be able to inflict 3 damage and just eliminate them in 1 attack, but not our group. All right. This looks bad. I think we die here is what I think, but we're gonna fight our way through the giant rat and see what happens. We're going to choose to believe. Okay, so foes go first. Mobs activate. They have 0 threat. So they will get, they will do a bite, which means they have 2 points of movement. Okay. Which is not going to get them very close. But this guy will, in fact, attack Slake for 1 damage. And he's going to attack the practice pants, which are worn, so they will not save us. He's going to take that point of damage. Deeply unfortunate. He also cannot go hidden, because he cannot do it when he's next to a mob. And this is impassable right here. So I think it behooves us to just smash this guy in the face. There's no real options here, I don't think. I don't know who's in front of us here. It's the green rat. Okay, so that doesn't really help us. We can backstab, but backstab is really good for us if we are hidden and if we have multiple like targets. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna stab him in the face. So he wants to stand and trade. We're down to clown. Do it. We don't care what we roll as long as it isn't a 1, which it literally is. So we just miss. We cannot hit rats. Oh my god, we're going to try again. We rolled another 1. So in 4 rolls that we've done, we've rolled 3 ones on a d20. That is preposterously beating the odds. Okay, so we used all of our actions, and I don't even know if we can move because this guy's like kind of blocking us. I don't know if we can move through them or not. So that was unexpected.
Drink something.
You cannot move through foes. We just have to stand here in the corner and trade with this guy, basically. Thanks for that. Taking dice rolling lessons from my dad. Totally. 100%. All right, let's see what the foes do. I'm sure it's going to be like all foes. 3 threat. Okay, so mercifully, they don't activate. Unfortunately, they got the big boy activation, which is going to be painful. Now, it is our bard's turn. He is slightly more well equipped to... No, he really isn't, actually. I can shoot this rat and kill this rat, and I can one-shot this rat, potentially. So we're going to try that. We're going to use our practice stinger, and we're going to roll. We rolled a 17. That's a little better. Okay, so this does damage upward. Same as before. We're going to hit 1, 2. That's the weak point. That's going to piss them off. It's going to increase the threat. But the crit means that we do damage here, and this rat is actually eliminated. We shot him right between the eyes. He's done. He's down for the count. That is huge for us. We have no combo points, which is unfortunate because we could use a gutsy dash, but not this time. So we will instead move to here. That will generate us a combo point. And then we're gonna hit this guy with the Tanto here. And we'll roll again. We rolled an 11. That's gonna do 1 point of damage, which is deeply unfortunate because it would mean that we couldn't hit him. We're gonna spend our cube. We gotta not get overwhelmed by these rats. Unfortunately, this is gonna piss them off and give them more threat. Fortunately, this rat will be basically dead. Okay, so that's good. Now, they're going to activate. What do? Just increase threat. Okay, so that sucks. That's exactly wrong for us. That's 7. So all foes gain +1 power for the rest of combat. And they take a threat action like normal. And this includes our boss, I believe. Is going to activate as well. So the boss is the lowest initiation number. He is going to activate first. Oh, you know what? I didn't get the boss out of the box. What am I doing? It's a bigger, grumpier rat. He's all the way over here. Like that. Scheming. He looks like he's scheming. I don't like this. I feel like, honestly, rolling 2 ones in a row and then just getting the threat maxed as fast as possible so that these guys hit their little limit break there and they just all attack us is about as unfortunate as it could be. So the good news is this guy will spend a lot of threat. He's going to spend 5. Okay. But he's going to whip. So he targets as many people as possible and he hits in a straight line, but he moves up to 5. So I think that this means he moves here and he's going to whip and hit this guy, Slake. And he's going to hit him in the right hand, where he has no armor. For 1 damage. Oh, it's +2 damage. Slake's dead. Okay, we got about the least like the worst possible. It's actually +3 damage. He just one-tapped Slake. This is the intro fight where we've rolled as poorly as possible, and my bard just has to solo do 50 damage without taking any. That will be fine. So, I guess we gotta read up on what happens when we get knocked out. Exhausted or whatever. KO'd, 30. Ugh. They still take a turn until the end of combat. Okay, so this is basically as punitive as possible. Our KO'd guy takes a turn by doing nothing, and then the foes activate again. So functionally, we're going to get an action for every 2 foe actions, and we've done, in the two actions we've taken so far, done 5 points of damage, and we just have to do another 9, 10, 16 without dying. We have 5 HP. I think we're boned. And they all do an extra +1 damage because, we got unlucky with the little target track there. So that sucks. I can give him back a... I can give him back an HP, and he can surge once. But man, this is looking rough. Okay, the great news is that he got KO'd, and we still have to activate all the rats. So they only have 1 threat to spend. They're gonna bite. They have 5 movements. So this guy's gonna attack me for 2 damage because we're fortunate enough that he has the power thing on him. He's going to attack my moldy shoes where I have no armor, so I'm almost dead. And then this guy's going to run over 2, 4, 5. He can't get to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy can. He will bite me, and we have 1 HP left, and then we lose the scenario. He also bites me on my shoes. They're kind of rats. They're ankle biters. So I take 2 more points of damage, and I have 1 HP left. And I have to do 16 damage. And the most viable damage I can do, if I roll natural 20s perfectly the whole time, I can do 4 damage per turn. So that was deeply unlucky, I would say. Deeply unlucky. But we're just gonna play it out. I think we could retreat from combat. I think that's a thing we can do. I don't know. We kept a tally of how many times we died to the rats during playtesting. Oh, really? How many times how did the tally go? This is the first real combat we've done. So it was a little loosey-goosey. I might have, took a little time to get the flow of it. The combat examples I found as the least enjoyable part of the quick play, which is what we did for our first episode. So that was a couple weeks ago now. We haven't done combat until this time. So felt a little rusty trying to figure it out. But overall, I just got my butt kicked, and it was not close. It was not even a little bit close, so rough. Exiles can flee the battle. Okay. So do I run away or do I simply stand and trade until I die? I think on principle, I'm going to stand and trade. I could run away, but I would rather be like succumb to the swarm of rats. So we can at least put this one rat down, right? Surely we can smack him in the face. He's right in front of us. Stand and trade, stand our ground. We rolled an 18 on the corpse of Slake. We smack this guy in the face. We do our point of damage, and he is down. We can also use our chipped potion, I think, to heal one here, I believe. But it's looking pretty bleak. What now? We probably we can still try to like min-max, I guess. We can try to be like at least moderately clever here. We can move. Take a basic move. Okay. I could move and then shoot that guy. It's not going to kill him. Or I can like run away and hope that buys me some time. What am I going to do with that time other than just die immediately? I haven't figured that out yet. But you know what? We'll worry about that for later. I can't shoot them. I have a range of 2. I think we can take move actions multiple times. And you know what? Hold on. We were here. Before I take that move action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a gutsy dash. If one threat, I can spend a combo. I can move 1, and then I can attack that guy. I rolled a 7. Suboptimal, but enough to hit him. I'm not sure about this crit and how this is supposed to work. I feel like I'm attacking from that direction, and that means that if I hit here, I also hit there. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to do myself a solid here and say yes. So we do the 2 damage. He gains a threat. We take a move action. We immediately run away. It was embarrassingly high. There were lots of different versions of combat, and the rats were the most common fight. The 2 things that had the largest impact on success were whether or not the first card was an all-monster activation, and whether or not you can kill one of the mobs in the first turn. Okay, that's cool. That's about my sort of read about it, right? We didn't get the all-monster activation. I mean, the mobs activated the first turn, but we did very rapidly increase the threat, which meant that they got the extra power. And we, got one-tapped by the boss, basically. So, unlucky. Unlucky. I think we can move when we're adjacent. I don't think there's any restrictions or anything like that. I hope I'm not wrong about that. We're just going to assume that that's true, because we kind of need it. All right, so let's see what we get. I'm sure this is all foes. God, we're dead. We're so dead. Okay, well, it was fun while it lasted. Okay, so he's going to activate first. He's going to spend 1 threat. He moves up to 5 and then whips us. And we are so doomed. This is just 1 + 1. This is just 2 damage, but it's 2 damage to the right hand. This guy hates our hands. We're dead. We're knocked out. Okay, so we failed. We got this rat combat felt hard. This one felt brutal. It was not close. I might have even cheated a little there. I'm not sure, but it was a losing battle. So I think we draw event 999, the failure card, basically. All right. We're all KO'd. It's come to this. Darkness. You fall to the ground, overcome by darkness. You know what I should have done? Hold on. I want to just see something. Just thought of this. How does this work with a long combat? Oh, it works pretty good. Nice. Anyways. Okay. You fall to the ground, overcome by darkness. Remove foe figures from the map and put the foe cards back in the box. Flip the uncleared area map face down. Because it was not cleared, it will need to be explored again. Note that you do not gain any loot, even if one foe type was entirely defeated. If you cleared some area maps earlier, you may return the cleared maps face up. You can only clear a given map once. Okay, so we're now out of combat. So this area will go back in uncleared, but this will be cleared. We'll put it in, basically that means we put it in face up so that we know that it's been cleared. So we will not have to fight these rats again, and we can come back another time to defeat the rats in the infested cellar. Okay, so we are essentially out of combat, and we took a good hard beat down there. It was not close, and we're okay with that. Drifting along in the blackness, you feel yourself carried upon waves of nothing. Slowly, your senses begin to return. Did I look at the wrong side of this? No. Okay. Slowly, your senses begin to return and you feel sand. Coarse, warm sand beneath you. While in this location, all exiles remain at 0 health. You may move and take actions normally. You cannot heal. Draw medium 999. And then discard this card. Okay, so we're in like purgatory or something here, right? A dark shore. Lying on your back, you hear the sound, water, softly lapping upon the shore. Sitting up, you see an old wooden pier with an ornate gondola docked to it. Everything here is bathed in an ethereal blue light. Place the party on X. Okay. So, actually use like the party token. I don't know. So there's an event over here somewhere, and there's an NPC. We're like literally we are in purgatory right now. It's kind of interesting. Put these other ones away. What do we want to do? Do we want to go check out that event? Surely we're completionists. I think we can do it. It's off. It points that it's over here. I don't know if that means that it gets added to it or not. We're just going to assume that it does. Doing some bookkeeping here with all these tiles after a thorough butt kicking. Okay. Let's resolve this event, right? I think we can do that. I think that's legit. Got a strange number 777, which gives me pause. There it is. We try to leave. Light. The dark figure calls out to you from beside the boat. Leaving so soon, are you? So we can either put this card back or leave, basically. All right, let's go talk to the guy first. We'll just leave this out because we're going to need it. Let's go talk to NPC 999. The dark figure. You see a dark figure standing on the dock. A hood obscures their face. You aren't supposed to be here. Not yet. If you head that way, you will return to where you are meant to be. Before you leave, I am required to offer you a boon. Where is here? Where are we? Where are we? Ah, this place is where people wait, but not you. Not yet. All right, give us that boon. I was directed to offer you help should you need it, and since you're here, I suppose... Okay, so we get a RP. Cool, because we need it. So we can get a restoring boon. You may take up to one of each of the boons. Okay, interesting. So, restoring boon, small boon, and medium boon. So what's the restoring boon? Let's start there. Key 101. Restoring boon. Action. Out of combat. Fill all knapsacks and potions with things. Each exile restores all wear on armor. Gain 3k and then stash this card. Keep this in the party inventory. This card grants any exile the ability above. So is this just what we get? These are the boons. You may take up to one of each of the boons. Okay, so we just get... When we die, we get a little bit of stuff to make us feel better. Key 901 and key 902. Let's see what 901 is. The small boon. Free action usable by any exile. Any exile gains +3 and +3. And then the medium boon. Up to 2 exiles gain all this stuff. Okay. So we basically get to heal up here, right? Like we take our medium boon and we are maxed out on our 2 exiles. We're all filled up. And we can fill up our knapsacks and stuff. And then restore all of our armor. So basically we just like heal to full and are back at it, essentially. It dropped back out on the map. The death system doesn't feel particularly punitive, so that's nice. We also gained some money. Like it's like pity points almost for having failed so hard. Apparently the one I'm looking for, the silver, there it is. All right. We'll take it. I'm not opposed to free money. And we're all healed up. And we keep these boons in our party inventory, which I'm not going to read into, but it feels like that's anticipating that we're going to die again. That's what it feels like. That's okay. Just drop that in there. And then I guess it's time to go, right? So we're going to leave then, right? You leave the dark shore behind and step into the mists. The swirling fog surrounds you as you walk, and time seems to lose all meaning. You walk on, the sounds of waves on the shore, now long faded in the mists. Out of the darkness, you see light pouring through an archway and hear a voice speaking as though far off. You walk toward the light. shielding your eyes with your hand. As you pass over the threshold, the voice becomes clear for a moment. Okay, so rest. Draw a day card. All exiles replenish all their stuff. So why was the boon useful then? That seems odd, but that's okay. Whatever. Maybe there's more we can do there eventually or something like that. So we replenish all of our stuff. We draw a day card. Let's start with that. Let's draw a day card. So, a splendid day. A splendid day. As you wake from your sleep, the dawn floods in, welcoming you to another splendid day. You strap on your pack and head out into the world. First time this card is drawn, which is this time, add travel 41 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. Sure. Optional fail forward. Okay. So we're going to put travel 41 in here. Okay. All exiles replenish elf mana SP. We shuffle the travel deck, refresh all travel tokens. Okay. The paths we dare tread, the words echo in your mind. You blink back sleep as dawn pours into your threadbare tent. Okay, so we're going to change this dark figure to NPC 999B. So we'll set the inactive one there. Drop this guy in there. Gain from the dossier T12. A title, The Failure. Perhaps. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So we earned the cold when we helped that old man to a clean death. The returned. The returned sounds way cooler than the clumsy. I'm there. I like that. Drudar the Returned. I'm down. Okay. Place your party on the guild hex. So we're back at the guild. Finally, this card gets switched to event 777B. Okay, so overall, it's looking like we're going to have a slightly different experience in Purgatory the next time. As the dark figure has a different card, and same with our event card as well. So, all right, we are done. We died. We got slaughtered by this teeny little rat. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Not even that scary, honestly. I would say so. I've had, I feel like rats, are like the intro scenario to every kind of role-playing D&D outing, right? Go kill some rats. There's a rat infestation in a nearby cellar. Go deal with them. In recent memory, we've played Arydia here. We got our butts kicked. We also had recently played Oathsworn, where the first scenario is to deal with the Brood Mother. The Brood Mother is 1,000 times more intimidating than this little guy, and similarly kicked our butts. So, unfortunately, our success rate with rats is really poor. And like our rogue, like many failures. On 4 attempts to stab a rat, we rolled 3 natural ones and missed and did 0 damage. That is beating the odds. So that's unfortunate. But just the way it goes sometimes, I guess. So I think that this is like a natural point for us to conclude our stream today. I have to end a little bit early anyway, and that leaves me with about 30 minutes. I don't know that I could really get much further here. And we essentially just reset, right? We died, we went through purgatory, we kind of reset all of our tokens and everything, and overall we're basically kind of ready to go for next time. We're back at the Exiles camp, and we know that we can zip over to the winding shore up here and fight those rats. In fact, I'm gonna write that down in my Arydia notebook. So where was that? That was D1. Many rats died. Now the question is, do I think we could do that fight again if we just like wander over there and go right back to where we were? Do I think we succeed at that fight? And I feel like the answer is I'm not sure that we do. You know, we do have our other abilities, our Shadow Step, our Battle Riff, which we could actually do now, having rested. But I don't know that those are going to be the difference maker. I feel like we were on the absolute low end of luck, right? It's not every time that on 4 dice rolls we're going to roll 3 ones. Unlikely. But had we rolled better, would we have succeeded? We killed 2 of 4 rats, barely, and we didn't do any damage to the boss. And the boss can like really, you know, stir up some crap. So I'm not sure that we win that fight just like immediately, but I think we'll have to revisit it next time. We'll decide whether we want to go. I still don't know where to find this frickin' bird root. Like, I don't know where that is. But one of these days, we will discover that secret location and complete our job, earn some money. Maybe we can go buy some gear or something like that. Maybe that's an option. We got $6, $6K. There's some options there for sure. So, in any case, natural place to stop. We're gonna stop right here. I'm gonna find some place to raid on Twitch. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. Do it again. You can totally do it. Yeah, I think we can definitely. It's worth a try. We're just gonna race there and do that combat, but I'm gonna save it for next stream. So, with that, I'm gonna find a place to raid on Twitch, and I will be back for attempt 2 at defeating the rats next Tuesday, same time, 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. rather, Mountain. And I will be back here tomorrow on YouTube. We're going to play Everdell, my daughter and I, 6 p.m. Mountain. And there will be no Thursday stream this week. So for more Arydia, I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. And for some Everdell with my daughter, YouTube, 6 p.m. tomorrow. So with that, let's find a place to raid. And we'll head on out. Find some friendly board gamers, if there are any. I feel like the board game category, hey John, I feel like the board game category has like really dropped off. There was a ton of daytime board gamers generally, and lately that hasn't been a thing. So we really don't have a lot of options at all. English language board games whatsoever. There's basically none. Looks like Board Game Geek TV is on, doing some painting. We might as well, they raided into us last time we were streaming Arydia, actually. So we might as well return the favor here and head over that way. So I will take you over to Board Game Geek TV over here on Twitch, on YouTube. No such luck. But anyways, thanks so much for being here today. Had a fun with Arydia, got our butts kicked, eager to win next time. We're going to make it happen. And happy to continue this campaign. Arydia continues to impress. I enjoy it. I like the combat system. Exploration is fun. It's just a very approachable game. Gives me like a total WoW vibe and sort of a bit of that Skyrim feel too, where it's just like we can travel around the map, find an interesting little corner and investigate, you know? So super fun. So anyways, with that, I will see you back here next week, and I'll see you tomorrow for some Everdell in the evening. And I hope that this week you get a chance to work a little less and play a few more games. See ya.